Here's the unbiased truth you need to hear about Aptos. Aptos is a new layer 1 that launched last week, but is it worth the hype? I have been following this project for the past 6 months, and I will say there are certain red flags, but also some potential opportunities. First, a bit of background. Aptos uses a new smart contract language called Move. This language is based off of Rust, which is used in Solana. This has led many Solana projects and teams to come over to the Aptos ecosystem. It's also why Aptos is dubbed the Solana 2.0. The team and technology of Aptos come from Meta's Libra and Diem project. Libra has been in development for over 4 years, so that does carry a lot of weight. Aptos has also raised huge amounts of funding from VCs. The total amount is more than $350 million with notable backers like Binance, FTX, Jump, etc. Now, this is where the red flags start. Although every major investor and exchange were involved with Aptos, they didn't release the tokenomics until the day it started trading. This could be because some insider deals went down before things were finalized. The second red flag is that Aptos is really lacking in public communication. Their vision and roadmap are very vague. You cannot track the team wallets, and there are very little public interviews or community AMAs outside of their Discord. I suspect this is because Aptos team essentially all come from Facebook and they are relatively new to the community-driven world of Web3. Nonetheless, more public information, progress updates, and community AMAs would not hurt. Lastly, and this is my biggest concern, the APT coin is super expensive. It has a $9 billion fully diluted valuation, which is already the same as Polygon. For the current stage that Aptos is in, APT coin doesn't have any more upside. I currently don't hold any APT and I won't be buying any at these price levels. Now, a quick note on some of the speculation out there. People are saying this high valuation means that VCs are dumping on the retail. Doing a quick Google shows that VCs got in at between $1 and $4 per coin. So yes, their investments are in profit at the current prices, but VCs also cannot sell any tokens until they are released. Looking at the Aptos tokenomics, investors have a 1-year lockup followed by a 3-year release schedule. This means they do not get any tokens for the first year after APT starts trading. After 1 year, they slowly receive some tokens every month for 3 years. So I don't think it's fair to call Aptos a pump and dump. Yes, it is very highly valued, so the APT coin doesn't have much upside. But there is also no scam going on. Some people speculate that investors could short the APT coin to cover their investments. This is a whole area of OTC markets, and all coins which have a futures market have this risk of investors shorting to cover their investment positions early. There's no way for us to know whether the investors are secretly shorting APT behind the scenes, so I'm not going to go there. In summary, Aptos and APT coin is not a scam, but it is very expensive already, so I am not buying any. On the other hand, the Aptos ecosystem does have opportunities. I've tried the wallets, DeFi apps, and NFT marketplaces over the past week. They all work well. There are over 150 projects on Aptos already, and the TVL is growing every day. In my opinion, this is where the real opportunities are. If you remember when Binance Smart Chain first launched, the leading DEX, PancakeSwap, and the lending protocol Venus both rallied more than BNB. A similar trade happened on Avalanche, where Trader Joe and Binky Finance pumped massively, while AVAX itself was already super expensive and didn't move much. So when a new chain first launches, it's important to research which projects have a close relationship with the parent ecosystem and will become the leading DeFi infrastructures within that ecosystem. The tokens of these projects can usually receive the same hype as the parent ecosystem and can even outperform. On top of that, you can often pair the DeFi platform coins with the native ecosystem coin like APT and put them in a farm for extra rewards. Farming Cake with BNB, Joe with AVAX, or VVS with CRO were super profitable when their respective chains first launched. Therefore, while I am not buying the APT coin, I am actively watching and trying the projects building on Aptos. Here are all the top projects I found. They either already have a working product or have an official partnership with Aptos Labs. First one is Pontem and Liquid Swap. Pontem is building a suite of DeFi infrastructure in the Aptos ecosystem. Their decentralized exchange, Liquid Swap, is the top DEX in Aptos both by TVL and volume. The team behind Pontem has been working on Aptos since 6 months ago when they first announced the testnet. Pontem has also received investment from Aptos Labs directly, cementing their position. This is the top DEX like PancakeSwap on BSC and Trader Joe on AVAX. So I will be watching their token launch and see if there's a farming opportunity on it. Next, the two stablecoin issuers are Argo USD and Thala Labs. Argo USD has launched the first stablecoin on Aptos, while Thala Labs is yet to launch. They both use a collateralized debt position or CDP to back the stablecoin, which is in the same style as MakerDAO and DAI. This means they are over-collateralized by a basket of coins like APT, BTC, ETH, and other stablecoins. This is a very secure stablecoin design as DAI is heavily battle tested. Both of these platforms haven't launched their tokens, and that's what I'll be watching. Next, the two liquid staking platforms are Tortuga and Ditto. These platforms are similar to Lido on Ethereum. They allow you to stake your APT and get a staked APT back. This staked APT gives you staking rewards automatically, and you can use it in DeFi or sell it anytime. Both of these platforms are live, but their tokens are not, and they both have plans to reward their tokens to the platform users, so pay attention to that. Next one is Superposition, which is the top lending protocol on Aptos. Lending protocols are key for the growth of a new ecosystem as they allow whales to take leverage bets and tap into otherwise locked liquidity. BNB grew in usage with Venus protocol. Polygon saw massive growth when Aave deployed on it. Avalanche also grew with Benki protocol. This is why Superposition will be a close partner of Aptos itself. They have also received investment from Aptos Labs directly. Superposition also doesn't have a token yet, so watch their socials in case there's a way to get in early. Next, there are two Perpetual Exchanges, Tsunami Finance and Ares Markets. These are most similar to GMX on Arbitrum. Both of these are endorsed by Aptos Labs, so they are definitely legit. Personally, I don't trade on these decentralized Perpetual Exchanges, but I am still watching the governance tokens for these platforms. If their tokens receive real yield like GMX on Arbitrum, they could latch onto that narrative and generate some traction. Some final thoughts on Aptos. Definitely don't buy the APT coin, it's very expensive. But do pay attention to the ecosystem as these ecosystem coins could receive hype if the TVL and user base continues to grow. And lastly, just because people are hating on Aptos for raising large amounts of money from VCs doesn't make it a bad chain. From what I've heard, the Move programming language is actually a breeze for smart contract development. A ton of Solana developers are able to build projects on Aptos very quickly. There is a real ecosystem on Aptos since day one, so don't be lazy and actually try it yourself to see if it's any good. Remember the strategy, find the DeFi projects that are core infrastructure providers in the Aptos ecosystem and have close relationship with Aptos Labs itself. If you can identify these legit projects early and get in them at low valuations, they should be able to grow when Aptos ecosystem grows, even if APT coin doesn't do that well. That's it for this video. If you like this content, you will love our newsletter in the description below. Like and subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.